community is demanding tougher sentencing in Dr. Venkat Rao's case. Dr. Rao was struck fatally while walking near home on June 1, 2023. Today, the community continues to mourn the loss of the 68-year-old physician. Prosecutors charged the driver with a misdemeanor, carrying a maximum of 90 days in jail and a $100 fine. Community leaders say that the charge does not reflect the gravity of Dr. Rao's death.
I'd like to welcome at this time the Chief Executive Officer of the Michigan State Medical Society, Dr. Tom George.
Thank you, David. So I want to memorialize and recognize Dr. Rao's contributions on behalf of the physicians of Michigan, our patients, and our families. And it's very fitting that we do this because, as you've heard, Dr. Rao, in addition to having an active practice in Genesee County, he was very active in the associations that represent physicians in our state. And this activity is a volunteer activity. This is something that most people won't do or don't have the time or the talent or the energy or the interest in doing, but Dr. Rao had that. He had this special spark that somehow drove him to be involved in the management of his profession. And it made us all better for that. It makes the physicians of Michigan, their patients and their families better. So I'm here to thank him and to thank the family, Rima and Hema and Barak, for loaning him to us to do that over the decades. I've probably known him on and off for 25 years. And of course, in addition to the medical community, he was also chair of the Board of Medicine, another volunteer position. So how he found the time and energy to do those things, I don't know. But if I did know, I wish I could just bottle that up and sprinkle that around. It's a rare commodity, and it's something that we miss. So he chose his own path, and this is a path.
I'm going to be able to highlight just a few contributions that he gave of the many the Michigan State Medical Society on behalf of the society. But if you'll indulge me, I have just a couple stories, because that's what a celebration is. And the first one harkens back to that American Medical Association that Dr. Komrowski spoke about. And back when I was a neophyte, just an infant in the American Medical Association, on one of my first trips to Chicago for our annual meeting, at one point, Dr. Rao came up and he slapped me on the back and in a big booming Dr. Rao voice said, "Let's go, Paul." And I said, "Where are we going, Dr. Rao? What am I doing here?" And Dr. Rao said, "Well, there's a group of pulmonologists, allergists, chest physicians that get together, and every year we go over the policy, just that group." And that was the chest caucus that Dr. Komrowski was mentioning. And I had no clue. And you would see walking into this room, just the respect that Dr. Rao commanded amongst not only just the chest physicians, but all these other people that he knew he had made friends with, he had crafted policy with in the American Medical Association. And I felt like I was walking with a celebrity. That was the first time that I had gone to the chest caucus, and ever since, that was something that he and I tried to accomplish together every year. So I knew immediately that this man was an incredible mentor. And I tried to grow from that mentorship that he provided me. So as years go on, I aged, my hair thinned, got white. His stayed the same, remarkably, so I was incredibly jealous. But as I took a professional position, I came about the ability to start a fellowship. A fellowship's a training program where we can actually make new pulmonary and critical care docs, sleep docs, just like Dr. Rao. And he was fascinated. He was all in on this idea. And you all know him. He was a man of growth, right? He wanted to grow things. He wanted to make things better. Every step of the way, he wanted to make things better. And he wanted to grow his own fellowship. And so he took the time. He called me. He cultivated ideas. He said, "How can we do this for the people of Genesee County?" And lo and behold, he made that work. And now there's a pulmonary critical care fellowship in this community that's growing pulmonary and critical care and sleep doctors just like Dr. Rao was. So what an incredible person. So I celebrate that. Just a few characteristics of what he had. So most of us have learned more about Dr. Rao maybe in these past few months, unfortunately, than we knew ever since he was alive. But I want to share just a few things from the Michigan State Medical Society that he accomplished in his time there. And he was on the board of directors for 12 years. 12 years serving, like Dr. Tom George mentioned, of his own free time, taking away from friends and family and practice, in addition to all those things, I should say, to make life better for physicians, their practice, so they could provide the best care possible to the people of the state of Michigan.